So this first play here is just a really simple play, but we use motion, again, as an illusion to move people and manipulate people based upon that movement. And so in this particular play, we use the motion. Our quarterback takes a couple shuffle steps, and we have the back to the side of the quarterback leading. He'll get the playside linebacker, and then we wrap the guard on the backside, and he'll get the backside linebacker. So the quarterback fundamentals, we want him to really get good control with his body position. It's a short shuffle. The key is for the quarterback to keep his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it might be an A-gap play, sometimes it may be a B-gap play, and sometimes it may be a C-gap play, depending on what the defense has given us. Okay? The key is to stay square and to follow your blockers. We want to, just kind of when we got the motion, we want to just stay tight to the motion. We don't want to mesh this, and we want to just kind of keep the ball in front of us, shuffle, and then take off. So you can see here comes the motion. Again, the motion is a big illusion for us. It's just to trigger the defense, to elicit some type of movement from them, and the motion tips off everything that we do. So here you can see it's the ball's presented here, but he's not sticking it in there. He shuffles, all right, and then he's basically following our back and our guard, and then he gets upfield. I'm going to go to the other copy on most of these, and they're easier to see, okay? We coach our back to try to go to the gap that's the vacant gap. So in this case, the B-gap player, the defensive lineman's a B-gap player. Our back should be in the A-gap, and sometimes our guys miss this, and you can see our back looks at number 23 here, the Mike, and he's looking to block him, but you can see the Mike is bumping out with the motion, okay? Our back should be in the A-gap here. He ends up being in the B-gap. You can see our backside guard is wrapping around. We call this block for our center a pin block. All he's doing is blocking the backside D lineman, okay? And then the two tackles have simple kickouts on the ends, all right? There's the open space. You can't create that kind of open space in a conventional offense, and that's why we take a lot of pride in our quarterback run game. There's the open space. You can see we waste a blocker here. Number 5 here should be in the A-gap getting number 23, and then our guard should be wrapping around for the buck linebacker, which is the backside linebacker. All right. In this case, the buck linebacker kind of wastes himself because he runs through on the weak side. Okay, same thing, and you'll see a lot of cuts here of just a bunch of film here, okay? Here's the motion. Everybody asks, well, how do you time up the motion? I'll talk about that time and time again in these presentations, but the motion is just something you get used to doing. You got to just drill it and work it hard because ultimately there's no answer on timing up motion, and you can't be afraid to use motion, okay? Here's a pretty good example of how to run this play. I'll go to the other copy here, and you can see it really effectively here, okay? This is an A-gap player tight on our center. Our center, again, is going to run that pin block. Our left guard's going to pull, and you can see right now our right guard down blocks the A-gap player. Our back is stepping in the hole. You can see the Mike linebacker bumps out because of the motion, all right? Our back does a nice job of checking him and going back. We coach our guard and our back to try to be hip to hip in the hole, okay? And that's a perfect example. You can see our guard does a nice job of looking back and getting the buck. You can see our back turns out on the Mike. If the Mike, if they gap exchange and he squeezes too far, if he's gap exchange and he bumps out too far, our back will keep on climbing. We always say climb, never chase. Okay, another example of it. You can see here our back on this particular circumstance kind of eyes the Mike too much. Instead of running into the open gap, which is the A gap here, he eyes number 23 and he blocks him out here. It's a good block, but he kind of wastes himself because if he goes in the A gap and turns out a number 23, it's a more effective thing. Our guard just wraps around. Our guard learns to either be one gap puller or two gap puller, okay? If the side he's pulling to, if it's a B gap player, then he'll pull up in the A gap. If our left guard's blocking the A gap, then our guard will wrap around into the B gap. So that's just really simple stuff. Okay, so it's really a simple thing. Most of everything I do on presentations is have a ton of film, so you guys get a good opportunity of seeing it. You can see right there our back and our motion back. Our slot is pretty much timing this up. You can see where our quarterback's kind of just holding the ball firm in front, and then there he goes taking off. Again, from the other view, it's a lot easier to see. Here we got a B gap player, all right, number 37 there, enters right now in the A gap. That's our backs guy. You can see right now our guard and our back block the same defender. Truthfully, our guard should have wrapped around for the buck, all right, but at the point of attack, you certainly want to win at the point of attack. So if there's any questions as far as who you should be blocking, that's the one, okay? Most of our play calling is determined by how people react to motion. So we use motion a lot. You can see in this particular circumstance, as we motion, watch how much movement we get out of this guy. There's the whip down. We call the boundary safety the whip. You can see right now the mic is bouncing outside the box. You can see the field alley guy is tightening up, okay? They're worried about a lot of the different things we do off this play. So it's all got to fit together. We use that kind of motion, and we run jet sweep, jet read. We run quarterback ISO. We run counter. We run zone read. There's a million different little things we run off that motion, and so it all has to fit together like a puzzle. So here we go. You can see on this particular circumstance, our guard and our back block the same guy because the mic is so far out of the box, we don't even worry about him. From this copy, you'll see it, all right? Here's the mic here. There's the buck there, okay? This guy's a B-gap player, so our back is going opposite of the guard to his side. Quarterback stays body loaded, shuffle easy. He knows he's got an A-gap because you can see where the three technique to the field is, all right? And you can see our back and our guard basically hip to hip. The mic is way out here, so our back's like he's outside the play. I don't have to block him. And so both of them kind of look for the buck. Boom, there's the open space. And then it's just a quarterback that has this speed and agility to score a touchdown.